welcome to Selina's Corner. Today I'm going to make the Pampered Chef quick cooker strawberry cheesecake. I've already measured out everything that we're going to need to make this cheesecake today so that we can, just for time's sake, and then I'm going to give you a few tips along the way. You're going to need, of course, the quick cooker from Pampered Chef, the 7-inch springform cheesecake pan. And it comes with a ladle that we'll use to put it in the quick cooker and take it out as well. And this comes with the quick cooker, and we'll put this in and it'll sit on top of this while it's cooking. Let's see, I'm making noise over here. So this is the large mixing bowl, and it has our cream cheese in it, and what I do is I take the cream cheese and the eggs out and let them come to room temperature because they're easier to work with that way, and it seems to turn out a better product when you do it that way. I also cut the cream cheese into chunks so that it's easier to work with when we mix it up. So let's see what we're going to need. We're going to need a mixer. I didn't take out my stand mixer because it just takes up too much space on my countertop. I don't have a lot of counter space here, so make the best of it. We'll need a cooling rack for the cheesecake once it's done cooking. I'm going to use the small bowl later for the strawberry topping, and this is the little mini whisk that I'll use in there. To present the cheesecake, I'm going to gift this to someone, so what I'll do is I'll put it on this circle after I'm done, after it's ready, and I'll put it in a treat box. I've got these from Walmart. Another thing that I do is I pre-line the pan. I spray it with a nonstick spray. I measure out the bottom and the sides, because when the cake is cooling, what I'll do is I'll put the strawberry topping on there, and when it sets up, when I take the parchment paper off, it'll be really pretty to present. I'll take pictures of those and try to add them into the video. I'm doing all this, so cut me some slack. If you like what you see today, you can subscribe to my channel. Click like, please, if you do. You can give me some tips on how to make these videos better. I'm learning. This is my very first cooking video. It's something I've always wanted to do on YouTube because I love to cook. I love trying new things, and I hope you do too. Some other things you'll need. This is the parchment paper I used. I also got it at Walmart. It's Wilton's, and it's pre-marked, which really helps. So you can just cut out what you need because it's already pre-marked. Of course, some scissors, and I will tape the side pieces together so when I pour the cheesecake mixture in there before baking, it doesn't fall in. And also, if you pre-spray it with the non-stick spray, it helps. It sticks to the sides of the pan, so that helps too. We don't need these anymore, so I'm going to put these back in here. Let's see. So these are the prep bowls that are from Pampered Chef. They also come with lids, and these are your measuring cups. You can either do dry on one side or you can do wet on the other, which is really convenient because then you don't have to pull out 5 or 6 things. Let's see, what does it say we need? So for the crust, it says we need 3/4 of a cup of graham cracker crumbs. We need 2 tablespoons of butter that will melt, and I also cut this into little cubes. I bring it to room temperature, cut it in little cubes, and that way it melts quicker. And we'll also need 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. For the filling, we're going to need 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese softened, and I've done that. And I also cut it up in chunks so it's easier to work with. We'll need a tablespoon of cornstarch, and we'll need a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I make vanilla extract myself. It's a fun project. It takes a little while, but it is well worth it, and it saves you a ton of money over the store-bought stuff. Let's see, we'll need 2 eggs, and we'll need a 1/2 cup of sugar, and we'll need a cup of water, and the water we'll use in the quick cooker when we put the cheesecake in there. Give me just 1 second. So I accidentally forgot the tablespoon of cornstarch that I was going to need for the cheesecake. Oh, my bad, sorry. So I went and grabbed it out of my pantry. Just put this back right quick. Also for the sauce, we're going to need 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of water, half a cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. I'm just going to leave the strawberries in the freezer for now. We don't need them later. I'll make those while the cheesecake is cooling, because it has to cool completely before we can cover it and put it into the quick cooker. We're also going to need some foil to cover the cheesecake when it goes into the quick cooker. So just let me grab one of those right quick. I get these from the Dollar Tree. They're really good to use. Well, if you can get them open, they are. For like baked potatoes, they fit perfectly on my cookie sheet. And okay, so I'm not able to get it open. Ah, there it is. Okay. So they're individual sheets. I use them for baked potatoes. I use them to cover my cookie sheet, cover pans, anything that I need, like maybe I'll put them on, like when I do dehydrate things. So it looks just like that. And we'll need that when we go to put our cheesecake in the quick cooker. So, let's see. Do we have everything we need? Got everything we need. So, let's get started. We got to do the crust first. So, we need the graham cracker crumbs, the sugar, and the melted butter. So, we're going to melt the butter right quick in the microwave. And it takes 30 seconds or so. And then I'm going to use a fork to stir it up. And then we'll press it in the pan. And what I like to do is I like to take flat bottom measuring cup to press it down in there. That seemed to work really good when I did it the last time, so I'm going to do that again. And this is from Pampered Chef also. This came in my kit. It's really sharp. It works really well. I don't need this anymore either because I've already cut up the cream cheese and the butter. Alright, so 30 seconds, our butter is melted. So it says to the directions. So this cookbook came with my quick cooker, and it's got a lot of really neat ideas in it. So I saw the cheesecake and I was like, ooh, I like cheesecake. So someone's birthday's coming up, so I used that to gift them for their birthday. So it says, for the crust, combine the graham cracker crumbs, butter, sugar, and a small bowl and mix well. So we'll put in the butter, and we'll put in the sugar, and we'll mix well. And you got to make sure that all of the dry ingredients get some of the butter on it, and that the sugar is evenly distributed. And that way it holds together when you press it into the bottom of the pan. Sort of looks kind of crumbly. It doesn't take long enough. Okay. Just like that. I don't need the fork anymore, so I'm going to bring my pan over here. Put this in here, right quick. And I probably should have kept the fork so I could get everything out. Alright, I'll spread it around so it's nice and even. Because when you take this out of the pan and you go to put it on a serving dish or even that cardboard circle, you're going to be able to see the sides of the cheesecake. So you want that to look really nice and even. You know, maybe you don't, but I do. I like to have a nice, neat presentation for when I give things to my friends or family, or even my coworkers. I'll put all the links to the products that I'm using today down underneath the video so you'll know what you need. I'll put a link to the recipe as well. Alright, so I'm going to press that down nice and firm. That way when you serve the cheesecake, it doesn't fall apart on you. I don't need that anymore. So you can see all nice and neat, pressed down. So I'm just going to set this to the side for now. Okay, so now what it says we need to do is for the filling, we need to beat the cream cheese in a large mixing bowl until smooth. Then we're going to add the cornstarch, the vanilla, the eggs, and the sugar. And then we're going to beat with an electric mixer on medium speed until incorporated. And then we're going to pour the filling over the crust and spread it evenly to cover the top of the pan with foil. So because the mixer is kind of noisy, I'm just going to pause the video for while I do that. Hey everybody, I'm back. So guess what I forgot to do after I mixed up the cheesecake? I didn't realize that I didn't press play. I'm so sorry. So I can actually walk through what I did. The cheesecake has about 9 minutes left in the quick cooker. So what I had to do after I put the cheesecake mix in the cheesecake pan, and let me fix this so I can read to you what I did. So basically, after I put the cheesecake into the pot, what it tells you to do is it tells you to pour that cup of water that we had into the quick cooker, and then replace the wire rack with the 3 feet pointing down into the bottom of the pot, so it makes a flat surface for the pan to sit on, the cradle and the pan to sit on, and to keep it up off the bottom of the pot. Then it says place the pan in the wire cradle, which I did, and then lower that onto the rack and then lock the lid. Then it tells you to select the dessert setting and to press start. So what we do after it finishes is that there's pressure that is built up in here, and so it tells you how you're supposed to release the steam when a recipe is completed. So on this one it tells you that when the timer is up, let the steam release naturally for 10 minutes, then press the steam release button. So when it finishes, I'll either set a timer here or I'll ask Google to set a timer for 10 minutes, whichever I'm closest to. And then once that time is up, there's a button here and you would press that button. As you can see, the pot is pressurized because the little red button has popped up. And it's just like any other Instapot or a pressure cooker. It's got a mechanism where you can see that it's under pressure, so you want to watch for that kind of thing. So after you press that button and you release the rest of the steam manually, you can press cancel on the quick cooker. And then what we're going to do, we'll lift the pan out and then I'll put it on a cooling rack. And then while that's cooling, it has to cool completely, I'll make the strawberry sauce. So we'll come back when that's done. It's got about 7 more minutes, so we'll do that. And also I wanted to show you, see if I can move this without it flopping over again, is when we put it into the refrigerator, we're going to cover it, and also we're going to cover I'm going to use this bowl for the strawberry sauce and this little mini whisk to mix it up in the pot. And they come with covers. Those mixing bowls come with covers, and I love it. And the strawberry sauce has to be covered when I put it into the refrigerator, and the cheesecake does too. And what I'll do is I'll use this one for the cheesecake instead of foil, because I found that the foil tends to sweat and it drips on the cheesecake. So the last time I made a cheesecake, instead of using foil, I used this, and it didn't seem to happen the same way it did when I used foil. And I get these at the Dollar Tree. There's like 17 in them, and there's 3 different sizes in the box. So this one will fit the cheesecake pan. So I'll use that when it's time to put it into the refrigerator. That has to cool completely before it goes into the refrigerator. So I'll be back shortly. Thank you. Okay, so we're back. So I released the steam from the quick pot and took the cheesecake out, and I have it on my tray that's cooling. This is the cradle that it was on. And I've taken the wire rack out of the quick cooker too, because we're going to use it to make our strawberry sauce. So we had to pour the water out from when we were making a cheesecake, and I'm just going to rinse it out right quick. Cut from earlier. Alright, so, it's still warm, but it's not hot. Well, let's see what we need to do now. There was a little bit of water pooled on top of the foil when I took the cheesecake out of the quick pot. So what I did is I folded up the foil so that the water wouldn't drip on the cake when I took it off or onto the counter. So it wouldn't mess up the top of the cheesecake. This looks really pretty too. So you could just leave it just like that if you wanted to. Maybe drizzle some chocolate over the slices after you cut it, something like that. But I like strawberry cheesecake, so I'm going to do the strawberry topping. So remember when I told you that the reason that I put the parchment on the side was because I'm going to put the strawberry sauce on top of it so that it sets up, so that it'll be like coating just on the top. So when you cut the slices, you'll see like a layer of strawberries on top of your cheesecake. And if it's not thick enough to like just set like that, when you cut it, it'll nicely drip down the sides of the cake. So let's do the strawberry sauce. So the strawberry sauce says that we need 2 teaspoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. So I need to get my measuring spoons out, because I have tablespoons in there, or not teaspoons, of the cornstarch. And we need 1 pound package of frozen strawberries. I couldn't find a 1 pound package, so I divided up a 4 pound bag that I got from the grocery store. And we need a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and a teaspoon of lemon juice. So now it says for the sauce, combine the cornstarch and the water in the inner pot. And I'm going to use this to do that. Put the water. And then I need 2 teaspoons, and I had put tablespoons in here, my apologies. Over here, I'm going to measure this out properly right quick. My little mini whisk I also got from Pampered Chef, and we're going to mix that up together really good. cornstarch is really useful in a way that flour isn't. When you use cornstarch instead of flour, the sauce that you're using it for is actually clear. Where if you use flour, it has like a creamy, milky color to it. So, okay, so we got that all mixed up together. So now it says to stir in the strawberries, the sugar, and the juice. Strawberries. Half a cup of sugar. And a teaspoon of lemon juice. It says to stir that all together. I'm going to get a big spoon for that. Great big old thing here. Stir it all together. That's going to be nice. All right. Okay. So now it says to set the quick cooker to sear. Okay. And press start. And it says to cook uncovered 3 to 5 minutes or until slightly thickened, stirring frequently. So, set my timer for 5 minutes. And press start. All right. So when I did my roast this way, you start it on a sear, feeling the meat juices. And a lot of times I see people do videos where they use a fork to turn the meat. And the whole idea behind searing a piece of meat is to seal in the juices for cooking, so it'll be more tender when it's finished. So don't use a fork to turn your meat. Use tongs to turn your meat. That way you don't poke it and the juices start leaking out, and it'll make the meat tough if the juices start seeping out. Let's see. Start bubbling in a second. It's only been like a minute. So as I get better at these videos, I'll figure out how to be able to show you what's actually in the pot and how it looks while it's cooking in the pot, instead of you just having to guess. I'm going to bring this over here because I'm going to use this when it's done. So in the comments below, you can let me know what other kind of things you'd like to see me do a video on. I really like to cook, and I challenge myself. I look for new recipes to make all the time and new ways to do them. I think maybe I'll do a video on using the quick cook, the air fryer the next time, because gosh, it was so easy. I did homemade French fries in it, and they came out perfectly in like 17 minutes. I didn't have to stand here with a frying pan full of oil and get popped or worry about it, you know, boiling over or, you know, maybe causing a fire. Because my mom actually did that one time. She moved a frying pan full of oil on the stove when we still had like the coil stoves, and the grease tipped over into the little drip pan and actually started a fire. Yeah, so that was tons of fun. So make sure that you have some flour around. If you don't have a fire extinguisher, just put that out. That was lots of fun. Not really. The fires were scary. Alright. So the strawberries are starting to soften up now. Sauce is beginning to thicken a little bit. Smells good with that lemon in there. Okay, so while that's working, I'm going to set this over here on a paper towel. So now what we need to do is we're going to cover the cheesecake with foil or plastic wrap, and we're going to refrigerate it for 3 hours or overnight. So since I'm doing this video on my day off from my regular job, I work in a really fun place. I'm going to do it for 3 hours today, and then I'm going to put the strawberry sauce on top of it, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator for overnight. And I will take a picture of it and edit it so that you can see it. I'll put the picture of the finished product. I might do it at the beginning and maybe at the end. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I hope you enjoyed my video today. I had a few technical difficulties because, like I said, this is the first time I've done a video so for cooking. And the little camera that I have, I'm just now learning how to use it. Alright, so we're going to turn that off. Looks like we might need a few more minutes. So it did thicken up, but I like it a little thicker than this, so I'm just going to wait a little while longer. Smells good. You like strawberries? I love strawberries. That's like my favorite season of the year besides fall. I love fall. All the pumpkin spice stuff. I actually make extracts and stuff like that. So I made some pumpkin spice extract to gift this year. And wow, it smells really, really good. And you can use that the same way you would use like a pumpkin spice mix. Alright, so it's heating up now. I don't think my strawberries are frozen anymore. It's starting to thicken up. Been a little longer than 5 minutes, but that's okay. Sometimes it just depends on the humidity, the time of day it is. Sometimes it just depends. Alright. So I think this is going to thicken up more when it cools. Smells really good. Alright. So I'm going to put my metal spoon in my glass. I'm going to press cancel. I'm going to unplug it because, like I said, I don't keep my appliances plugged in. Just not coming to a boil. That's good though. Hot pad so I can tip this over without burning myself. to make sure we get all this yummy goodness out of the top. Alright. So, I'm going to wipe the sauce so it doesn't drip on the quick cooker. And put it back in here until I can think. Alright. See how yummy that looks? Boy, that's going to be great. And it smells good too. It's going to thicken up nice. Alright, so it says to cover it. So I'm going to grab the cover. And I'm going to put it on there. And then I'm going to put that in the refrigerator. And as soon as my cheesecake is completely cooled, it will go in the refrigerator too. And then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Welcome back, everybody. So the cheesecake is cooled. The strawberry sauce is cooled. Kitchen's clean. Anybody who follows me on Twitter or Facebook knows that after I do my little projects that the kitchen has to be cleaned or I just cannot enjoy whatever it is that I made. So, with that said, be sure you follow me on Twitter or Facebook. So, like I said before, I do the little plastic because it doesn't seem to sweat as much as the aluminum foil does and it doesn't drip on to the cheesecake. So there's our little cheesecake. And then here's our strawberry sauce. I think next time I make this sauce, I'll make it a little bit thicker so I can actually put it on the cheesecake itself. And but the way this sauce is done, this sauce is meant to serve when you serve the cheesecake itself. So let's take this out. Let's see how it looks. Now, one of the reasons that I put parchment paper on the bottom is so that I can move it to a serving plate or a board, a cake board, easier, probably with less mess. So we got to get it under there. Go ahead and take this off. Ooh, that's a nice little cheesecake. Pretty. Gonna get it under there. I'll say we're going to. And I use this spatula because it's got that curve in it, so it will help me move it to the cake board. All right. You want to make sure that it's like center. And what I did was, underneath the little doily, I put a piece of tape. I rolled it so it's double-sided. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to brush off these little crumbs right here, just so it looks all nice and pretty. See? Nice, huh? We put our strawberry sauce there in the middle. Oops, I made a mess. Oops. Just like that. Just got to serve it. Got my little mess right there. Swipe through. Alright, there you have strawberry cheesecake made with a Pampered Chef quick cooker. And it took 40 minutes in the quick cooker on dessert. Set this to serve. So when I'm gifting stuff like this, I try to make it look as pretty as possible. So we'll open this box up. Let's try to pick it up. And we'll just slide it in there. Just like that. Now, because this is a cheesecake, you don't want to box it up until you're ready to take it and gift it, because it needs to stay chilled. And let's say it's going to be a little while before you get to grandma or your aunt's house. What you could do is you can freeze it, box it, and then put it in a cool place in your car. And then by the time you get there, it'll be ready to go on the dessert table or straight into the fridge, depending on how long it takes you to get there. But if it's going to be a little while before you get there, and there you have it. Don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll take a picture too, and I'll put that at the end of the video so that you can see it. But I appreciate you taking the time out with me today and watching this video for me, and being a little forgiving that it's the very first one that I've done. I'll do some more in the future, and I'll do better next time, I promise. Remember to like and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. I have a page on Facebook. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And once again, thank you for coming to Selina's Corner today, and have a great day.